Good morning. This is Eugene Clapp, and I'm the founder of EMC Insurance Solutions. And it's been a while since I've come on and done a video because I've been doing a lot of things and I've been very busy. But in doing those things and being busy, I have a chance to share some valuable information for you, and it solidifies in my mind why I do what I do when I preach the benefits of the proper types of health insurance, life insurance, and other products that need to be gotten to ensure that your financial future is set. For the past 3 weeks or so, I've been working with Medicare, and I've been calling seniors and touting the benefits of a Medicare Advantage program. And I've been making in between 200 and 250 calls per day, talking to seniors from all around the United States about their Medicare. And I've learned some very interesting things that's going on in their lives, and I'm talking about from all socioeconomic backgrounds, from the highest of the high to the lowest of the low. And they all pretty much have the same concerns about what is going on with their health care. You know, when you really stop and think about what the statistics say, they say that Social Security, the way it is now, is going to run out very soon. When Social Security first came into existence, you had 15 people paying in for every one person taking out. Now the stats show that it's in between 1.3 and 1.6 people paying in for every one person taking out. And they project that if this continues, that by the year 2034, Social Security will be bankrupt. Let's talk about Medicare, which is even scarier. Medicare beneficiaries pay in a little bit, but they get out 3 times more than what they pay in. And that math just doesn't add up, people, because the benefits have been so good in Medicare for people for so long until the experts project that Medicare will be bankrupt by 2026. It's 2019 right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to be 2020 in about 7.5 weeks. So in 2026, they're predicting that Medicare will be bankrupt. So what has to happen? Well, it's a few things. One thing about math is exact. There is no gray area. It either is or it isn't. So this is what's going to have to go on. They're going to have to raise taxes. I don't care if it's Republicans or Democrats, and their taxes are going to have to be raised. And they're going to have to cut benefits. So that means that the baby boomer generation that we have now, who are coming of retirement age, 11,400 of them every day for the next 20 years, will be retiring. They will be the last to benefit from the current system, and some of them aren't even benefiting. Let me tell you some of the things I hear out there. When I call these people and call these seniors, and we're talking about Medicare Advantage plans, and they say, oh, I have a Medicare supplement, oh, I don't want to change. The thing about it, it's like you swap the witch for the devil. But I think what really gets me is when they start talking about their prescriptions. And many of these seniors take many prescriptions to try to stay healthy, to go ahead and to combat some illnesses they may have. And when you listen to one of them tell you that, you know what, my prescription keeps on going up. Last year, I had a particular prescription that was $40. This year, I was informed that it's no longer in that formulary, and I'm going to have to pay $400 some odd a month for that prescription. And I can't afford that. And then we go and we look and we see if it's in a new formulary, and sometimes it's not. People, we're in dire straits out there. I mean, it's affecting everybody from the oldest to the youngest. But it's like everybody wants to whitewash it, and we concentrate on things that really don't matter. I mean, we're talking about chicken sandwiches and we're talking about other frivolous things, but we're not talking about the root of a problem that is going to become epic if we don't do anything about it. And that's our finances. That's making sure that we have everything in place. So when you hear me come on here, when you hear me talk about the proper life insurance as a base, and you're going to continue to hear me harp on that, because see, that will be money that will help you. Because you can't do anything right now about what's happening with Social Security. You can't do anything right now about what's happening with Medicare. But you can take steps to ensure that you're not financially devastated should an illness arise. That you're not financially broke, busted, and disgusted when you get in your golden years. That's how serious this is. So what are some of the steps you can take? Number one, yeah, you have the open enrollment period going on. You have the annual enrollment period going on for the seniors, and it's going on right now. Open enrollment started November the 1st to December the 15th for the U65 market. That's under 65. Annual enrollment period for the Medicare recipients started October the 15th, and it goes into December the 7th. So this is why you see on TV, you have all these, zero cost premium, because everybody is vying for your attention. Everybody is vying to try to go ahead and push their product and make a sale. So this is the time now for you to look at your entire portfolio, to look at your insurances, especially health and life, and make sure that you have what you need for you and your family. Because things change, needs change, situations change, which means you can't stay stagnant with the insurance that you have. You got to make sure that what you have currently meets your needs. You look at that life insurance, let me tell you, you need to have in place a life insurance with living benefits policy. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You need to think about also having an IUL in place. People, you need to take advantage of the tax laws. If I just told you that in order for Medicare to survive, in order for Social Security to survive, that taxes are going to have to go up, and the benefit to you from those two programs is going to have to be cut. Wouldn't it just make common sense to go ahead and put some vehicles in place that can take advantage of the tax laws? IULs can do that. IULs take advantage of tax code 7702. And people, you need to go ahead and do it, because I'm sure when all this goes on, they're going to close that loophole too in a few years. So you need to get while the getting is good. You need to put that in place. You need to look at your health insurance. You need to make sure that if you have health insurance on a job and your job is cut or you change jobs, that you have other options out there that you can put in place until you get another job, until your benefits kick in. So then you want to look at what's known as short-term medical. Short-term medical has improved immensely since it's first come out. I used to not be an advocate of short-term medical, but I am now. Because the cost of Obamacare has doubled, even tripled in some cases. And as we discussed before, Obamacare caters to two segments of society. It caters to those who have pre-existing conditions and feel they can't go anywhere else, and to those who are at the poverty or below the poverty level. That's who Obamacare caters to. Anybody who's middle class, anybody who's upper middle class, anybody who's lower middle class, anybody who's rich, Obamacare does not cater to them. It's not a favorable health care vehicle for them. It was at first, but doubling and tripling in premiums, that takes a big chunk of people's check. You imagine this. You imagine these seniors that I talk to, that they've retired. And now at retirement, they have to live on an average of 67% of what they once made on a monthly basis. So people, let's think about this. If you were struggling with 100% of what you made on the job, and now you retire, how in the hell are you going to make it with 67%? How? That's a whole 33% less than what you were making in your working years. So people, this is why we see greeters at Walmart. This is why we see people taking off for a year and going back to work. Because they can't make it. They got to do something. Yeah, they'll go ahead and say, oh, I wanted something to do. Oh, I was bored sitting home. But that may not be true. The underlying reason may be because they need a little more income coming in to make it. So I can't stress enough putting the proper vehicles in place. Now, we talked about the life insurance. We touched on the health insurance. What we do here at EMC Insurance Solutions is we have a system that we call the Wealth Power Triangle. And the Wealth Power Triangle is designed to take an individual and put that individual in the best situation for them and their families, and to help circumvent any type of loss that they may have by doing the proper things in their working years. What we do is this, people. Our base, and I want you to imagine this triangle. At our base, we have the proper protection: life insurance, health insurance, hospital indemnity, hospital advocacy. We have this at the base. And we make sure the base is solid. Then, the left side of the triangle, we have the United Financial Freedom Money Max account. Now, you heard me talk about Worth before. This is still Worth, but what happened? We had a name change to United Financial Freedom. And instead of the Worth account, it's now the Money Max account. And what this does is it takes all your debts that you have and it shows you how to strategically pay off those debts much, much faster and avoid a lot of interest. One thing about your principal is your principal. You got to pay that back. But the interest that we pay is astronomical. What this Money Max account shows a person how to do is how to take that interest and make it pretty much almost go away. Because we use banking principles through banking algorithms to make this happen. It's a software. It's a software that the person controls. They have 100% control of it. They go in there, they figure out what they're going to do. It shows you what you can buy, when you can buy it, if you do buy it, what happens. It shows you if you stay on this path, this is when you have all your debts paid off. Not paid down, people, but paid off. What we call it is a financial GPS system. Because just like that GPS system that you have on your phone, just like that GPS system that you have in your car, when you plug in the destination, it shows you the quickest route to get there. And if you make a wrong turn, it does the same thing as your GPS system. It recalculates. It recalculates what you need to do and the route you need to take to get there. So now you think about this. You got your base in place, your insurances, your left side of your triangle. You have the United Financial Freedom Money Max account, which is helping you pay off those debts. And the right side of the triangle, pretty much by osmosis, is you're building up your personal wealth. People, that triangle structure is important to you because it's powerful. I want you to think about this. Your working years, you have debt. If you can pay off that debt during your working years much faster, that gives you more years during your working years to build up your financial reserves. So when you get to retirement age, you really won't have to rely on Medicare. You won't have to rely on Social Security 100% like some people are doing now. You'll have a safety net of sorts where you can go and combat what's coming down the road. We got high cost coming down the roads of medical care. We have Social Security, which is going to be lessened. People, you got to do something. You cannot keep going on the path that you're going on. We cannot keep going on the path that we're going on. We got to put things in place now. You know, I would love to come on with a video talking about sunshines and daffodils. But that ain't the case all the time. Sometimes we need to face reality. And I'm telling you, these last few weeks, with me contracting out with Medicare to do Medicare Advantage through these companies, and the stories I'm hearing and the things that I'm seeing, my eyes have been opened that much more as an insurance agent. And as a professional in this industry, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you what I hear, what I see, and I didn't share with you what's on the horizon if you don't have your affairs in order. So, people, let's stop with the frivolity. Let's stop living our best lives all the time. Let's go ahead and make sure that we dot our I's and we cross our T's. Because this is what's going to take for you to make it. Yeah. It's going to take that. So, I got so much to talk about until I can't do it all in one video. This segment, this is all we're going to talk about. What's going on out there with the senior market, how it's going to affect you. Medicare is on the ropes. Social Security ain't far behind. Taxes are going to have to be raised. They're not going to get less. They're going to get more. Don't let any politician, Democrat or Republican or independent or otherwise tell you that they're going to lower taxes. Because in order for us to keep what we have as far as the benefits for our people, they're going to have to be raised. It's just common sense. And in the process, benefits are going to have to be cut in these programs in order for it to be salvaged. So in knowing all of this, it's up to you. The ball is in your court to go ahead and get your situation in order. It ain't up to your job. It's not up to anybody else on the outside. It's up to you. It's up to what you do in here and what you do in here. Stop playing. This is nothing to play with. This is serious. Contact your insurance professional. If you don't have an insurance professional, contact me. I'll be your insurance professional. EMC Insurance Solutions, Eugene Clapp, 786-565-5133, or you can contact me by email at clap@theinsurancebundlepros.com. Also, visit my website to see the services we offer, www.theinsurancebundlepros.com. People, I want you to win this game. Because if you think about it, it's not a game. You're playing with your life. Please don't play with your life. Please have the proper vehicles in place so you can survive and thrive. And in signing off, you know what I always say to you. Yours in life, yours in business, and yours in success. I'll see you at the top. Bye now.